Yeah, the more I think about it, what even is belly up? Why am I saying belly up in that thing? Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. Clearly, the intro is starting to crush my little head, so we're going to work on a new intro here soon. Welcome everybody. Well, hey guys, just a little look inside what I'm thinking. Today we're doing a cocktail. That's what we do. We are going to examine how little how little you can change a cocktail and have it be called a whole different thing. So that's what we're dealing with. Is it only because famous bartenders end up doing, like, if a famous bartender changes it, does that make it different? Or like if you go in and you to a bar and you're like, hey, you know what, I don't really love lemon juice, really big fan of lime juice, can you switch it out? They'd say, oh yeah, we'll just make that, but we'll do it with this. When does a cocktail change? That's what we're dealing with today. So I don't have an answer. It's mostly just an open-ended question to you guys. You let me know. Let me say hello to the people that are here. Hello, sorry, Jello, to our good friend Bootopia. I did let Bootopia know we are live tonight. This is not a, what does he call it? A Cryptex, a Memorex, something like that. This is not a taped show right now. If you're watching it later, I don't do any editing, so it is a taped show if you're watching it later. So, tough to tell. Moose is finally back. Good to see you, Moose. It's fun to see Moose's the sun coming up when Moose watches this show. It gives me a little sleep anxiety for Moose. I have a little sleep anxiety. If I don't feel like I can get my 9 hours, I start to panic. If I feel like you're gonna have to wake me up before my 9 hours is over, I don't sleep at all. So Moose, again, buddy, you are throwing me off. It's good to see you, though, pal. Good evening, Shawnee Panabaker. Good to see you, pal. Dougie G, howdy to y'all as well. Let me say hello to our good friend, Non-Touchable. Finally made it to my live streams. It's 3 a.m. there, too. I feel like I am gaining an odd live crew. The 3 a.m. crew is where I'm coming at it. You know, here, it's normal time. It's like dinner time here, basically. There, it's not even breakfast time. There is no meal at 3 a.m. that you should be eating and doing this with. But anyway, Non-Touchable, good to see you. We got to get Non-Touchable on the show soon. He is an ice maven, just a dude that does a lot of great ice stuff. We're about to go to shore. The only tiki bar we found, Tora Tiki, up in, first of all, hello, Amy Nordstrom. She's coming back. They are in British Columbia. That is Canada, from as far as I can tell. Good to have you guys. Cocktail Lulu is here with a cheers to all of you. Absolutely. I second that. I also send a cheers to all of you. And I will also second this. Hello to all from Amy Beer. Good to see you. The UF Mark, our resident Gator, is here. Forlorn Hope is here. Glenn Cushman with just a time check. It is 9 there. So we're good. Not everybody lives in the same time zone. We are spanning the globe. Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks is. Let's just check and see how many people we have. With 19 people. 19 people just spread across the world. Sasha Petraske. Should we talk about Sasha Petraske? I think we should. Sasha Petraske is one of the luminaries of the early bartending scene. We're talking not the 1910s. We're talking the 2001s, right there, right around the 2000s. A guy named Sasha Petraske was working at a bar, or it was at least involved with a bar called Milk and Honey. Now, if you don't know Milk and Honey, you probably should. This was a great bar, and from Sasha to from there we had bars come out of there like the Pegu Club. We had Copa de Oro come out of there with Vincenzo. We had Sammy Ross coming out of there with Attaboy. All of these bartenders just sort of left this bar and went to go start the bars that really would sort of start defining the bartending that we are seeing, or that we at least were seeing. I don't know. I don't go out to bars anymore, but at least that's the history that I was raised in this sort of situation. Sort of the revival of cocktail bars. Now, you could say possibly it was Dale DeGroff. Dale DeGroff creating, he says he created, other people say he didn't, the Cosmopolitan, using fresh juices, not using anything from a can anymore, going back and reading all these old books and finding this old stuff. Okay, we could give that to Dale DeGroff as well. But I think it's important that we give Sasha Petraske, rest in peace, he died a few years ago, give Sasha Petraske his due, because this certainly was a man that was far ahead in this industry, possibly by being far behind, because he was a guy that was bringing in old stuff. So he would take a number of great old recipes and he would change them a little bit, because cocktails are cocktails. There are 7 cocktails. That's all there is. So then we've got to start changing them. The problem that we run into quickly is, how much do you need to change a cocktail in order for it to make it a different cocktail? Today, we are going to be making a cocktail that has a great name. I think that naming a cocktail something better is going to help you in changing the whole thing. I also think having a famous bartender do it is going to help, because all we're doing today, guys, is we're making a cocktail called the Bee's Knees. That's all there is to it. However, we are switching out one ingredient. We're switching out the lemon juice and we're throwing in the lime juice. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't think of doing it. I didn't think of creating that cocktail and then giving it a whole different name, something that has gravitas, something that makes you feel like you are ordering a very cool drink when you turn to your bartender and said, "Hey, bartender, give me the business." That's cool. "Hey, bartender, give me an old-fashioned." Yes. "Hey, bartender, give me a slippery nipple." No. See how that works? You see, I don't know, maybe it's a little subtle. Maybe I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Sasha Petraske felt through his years and years. It's a curve. You know, like when you start off, you're like, "Oh, what if I just switch out lemon juice and lime juice?" You're like, "Oh, what an idiot. What a dumb thing to do. Oh, you think you're so smart." And then you go up this curve and suddenly you're at the top. You're like, "Oh, I seem to know everything about this. I'm going to deconstruct the entire cocktail. I'm going to pull it apart. We're going to be taking distill, like sitting stills. We're going to be making our own gin. Each ingredient is going to match with the different types of honey. We're going to be mixing 5 different types of honey in there. And then we're going to split our citrus base across the universe. And then we're going to bring it back in here to a little atomizer. There you go. Okay, well, that sounds interesting." Then you get to the other part where you know everything about it. And you're like, "You know what would be good is if we switched out the lemon for the lime." These two, very similar, but for different reasons. Sasha Petraske, because he knows a lot, I believe he does get to rename this cocktail. So this is, we're going to make it. I'll be very honest, I'm not sure I've ever had one of these. For as silly and as simple as this cocktail is, I don't think I've ever thought about switching out the lemon juice for lime juice in a Bee's Knees and calling it the business. I don't think I've done that. So we're going to find out. Let me say real quick, A4 is over. That is, this right here was given to me, drawn for me. She thought it looked like me by my little niece. She just turned 1 decade a couple days ago. So everybody wish Archer a very happy birthday. We're going to see her soon. Very excited about that. Thank you again, Archer, for my lovely picture that does, it turns out, look a little bit like me. A low carb cocktail guy is here. Oh, good. We're making it 20. How many people? Oh, we got 20 exactly. Perfect. This low carb cocktail guy, you might know him as Frank. I know him as the low carb cocktail guy because that's the name that appears on here. Did anybody else show up while we're here? No, I feel like we're all good. Okay, good. Well, let's get into it. Oh, there we go. A very happy birthday, Archer. That's coming to you from 3 a.m. from Non-Touchable. Okay. Sasha Petraske thought maybe in a cocktail like the Bee's Knees, the lemon juice was just sort of falling flat. Oh, let me say hello real quick to Roger G. Hello, Roger G. He thought maybe it was falling just a little flat. Maybe there wasn't as much punch as you want in this cocktail. The Bee's Knees has existed for a long time, not because it has a cool name. It does. That's a cool name. Not because it's a perfect cocktail. listen, is it a perfect cocktail? Maybe not. But it's existed because it is delicious. It is easy and it is delicious. Comes from 1920 during Prohibition, when just adding a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon to really, really bad gin would greatly improve that gin. Okay, so we might have been in a bit of a rush when we were making the bee's knees. We just did it with lemon juice. Sasha Petraske, after 80 years possibly, comes through and says, have we ever re-examined the lemon juice to the lime juice? Possibly not. Possibly not. So he made it in a little bar called Milk and Honey, and he did it. Now, oh gosh, that's embarrassing. Normally, you know, on this show, sometimes I keep the rules, sometimes I break the rules. If this is a Sasha Petraske cocktail, he was very well known for his immaculate bartending. He did not make a lot of mistakes. So we're going to be putting in ingredients, cheapest ingredients first. So we're going to start over here with our good friend, Runny Honey. That is 2 parts honey to 1 part water. The water is only in there so that the honey doesn't just sit there and you don't look like a real buffoon trying to get honey out of a little jar like that. I always make this in teeny tiny little amounts because it does go bad and I forget about it. So we're going to go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of 2-to-1 runny honey syrup. Excellent. Now watch this. Look how cool that is. Oh, completely empty. Oh my goodness. Well, mostly empty. Everybody else. All right, guys, this is where the magic happens. Sasha came to us like Moses on the hill. Is that who came down on the hill? I don't know much about it. Like some dude on the hill carrying all the commandments, and he came down and he said to us, he said unto us, have we, my friends, re-examined the citrus and the bee's knees in the last 80 years? And there was a resounding no. No, said everybody. He said, well, I'm Sasha Petraske and I'm going to do it. Go ahead and use 1 ounce of, watch this. Hold on. Do I have drum roll on here? Give me a second. I might have a drum roll on here. Where would it be under songs? No, I don't have that. I do have, what do I got? It's like a drum roll, but spooky. This is lime juice. 1 ounce of lime juice. Sorry, Sasha. That's exactly right, Utopia. So much suspense tonight. Not that music. No, not that one either. Which one? Oh, that one. Figure it out. Yes, drum roll. Thank you. Oh, we're still playing the Jeopardy theme song. How do I stop it?
Goodbye.
There we go. Goodbye to the theme song. Thank you for the drum roll. Are you using fresh juice or super juice? We are using pseudo juice. Just a little different. Paul is using Berenjager in place of the runny honey. I think that is a wise decision. Way to go, Paul. Paul Bellamaro doing all the right stuff. He's another year older recently and another year wiser. We're going to be using some gin in this. We're going to be using Brando Motu gin, obviously. We use, when we can't figure out which gin to use, we use the freest one. And get some of these bottles for free. I do think this will do well in here. I think that'll give us a nice little brightness that I think Sasha was working on when he switched out the lemon juice for the lime juice to give us a whole brand new cocktail called The Business. Specifically, Sasha calls for a specific type of ice. Obviously, he's Sasha Petraske. He gets what he wants. So we're using our big babies. These are our large, big old juicies right there. Whoop. Goes away. Excellent. 1 cube of extra large ice. These ones are not the clear ones. Please do not be upset. Specifically non-touchable. Don't be upset. This is these are the bottom parts of my ice making. Try not to waste a lot of water when I'm doing ice because it does seem to be a lot of waste. Opie the dog. Heck yeah, it's cocktail time. Heck yeah, it is. Thank you. Untouchable gives me the okay. Love that. We're gonna shake it. We're gonna do like a whip shake kind of thing. We just really want to get all of this together. We don't want a ton of melting in here. We're using the big ice for that reason. So we're gonna go kind of hard, but also just whip it. It's a whip shake. I'm calling it a whip shake. Ready? Technically, a whip shake is a little different. Whip shake usually is when you just put a few pieces of ice in here and it melts all the way down. That's not what we want. Basically, just do a like a hard shake. Do the cool thing. Smelling the lime. I certainly am smelling the lime. I feel like I know a bee's knees well enough. This was like a huge cocktail when I was very first starting out. Huge cocktail, the bee's knees. They're like, oh, you ever heard of honey? Put it into a gin sour. It's going to change your mind. And it really did. It sort of changed my life, just not my mind. We're going to go ahead and pour this guy right in here. All that good whip shaking is going to give us... It's not a whip shake. I got to stop saying that. All that good hard shaking is going to give us kind of a frothy cocktail. That honey is going to give us a little bit of body versus just simple syrup. My 20 years of expertise are going to give us an exact amount of foam on top of here so that our wash line is spectacular. And as we sit, this will take on the color of a beautiful honeycomb. That's where we go. That's how we do it. Put this here. Can we still see that? Okay, cool. And as this sits, this will sort of blossom up. All those bubbles are going to get all the way to the top. All of the liquid is going to start here. It's going to go straight up here. I got a nice wash line in a fun little language there. The mic loves that. The mic does not think that it's fun to shake, but what am I going to do? The whip it shake. By the way, volume is lower on the shotgun mic compared to overhead. What? This is the shotgun mic and the overhead mic. It's right there. Uh-oh. Well, we got to figure something out. I don't know what's going on. My dad says, good job. Honestly, I think we can wrap the show up, guys. That's all I was looking for. Just looking for my dad to tell me I was doing a good job. So, honestly, it's been really nice having you guys here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. We are closing up shop now, so turn off the lights. Bye, everybody. Just kidding. My dad tells me I do a good job every once in a while. Okay, here we go. Oh, the swap scene to the overhead was loud. I wonder if those are different things. Let's just check real quick. I mean, you know, this is a live show. We can do stuff. No, that's still pretty good. Oh, it is louder over here. Oh no. No, those are all the same. I don't know what to tell you guys. We're gonna figure it out. Night night. Good night, Dad. Okay. When you shook and quit and switched cameras, the volume went up. Well, we're gonna have to look into that. Anyway, we've let this sit for long enough. We have this beautiful honey-colored cocktail. If you want to throw a garnish on here, I would say some sort of lime, just to indicate that it is definitely a lime cocktail versus a lemon cocktail. I have all of these lime. This is actually a blood orange, but we're gonna have to accept that because I can't find a lime thing right here. Intro is louder than show too. That's probably true. All right, well, we'll figure all that out. It wouldn't be Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks if we always got the audio right. We're gonna put this right here. Really Petraske that. Overhead cam not routing through shotgun. Overhead cam is not routing through shotgun. What if I do it like that? It says audio input capture. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it used to be that I was doing that. Does that sound any better? Did we solve something? 1 second. Hello? 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 Tra-la-la, la-la-la. What show is this? Okay, Gucci. Okay, good. Okay, better. Excellent. I think we were capturing some sound through the GoPro. We got our cocktail. Not much changed, everybody. Not much changed. But we did substitute lemon in for lime, and now we're gonna see what Sasha has done to us. Excellent. Yeah, yeah. There is a what's the thing where you think you're smarter than you are? Life. I think it's called life. The well, whatever it is. If a brand new barback came up to me and said, "Cush, I have created a drink. It is 2 ounces of gin. It is 1 ounce of lime juice and 3/4 ounce of honey." I would say you've not created a new drink. You haven't. You have substituted out the citrus in a bee's knees. If then that barback comes to me later, 4 years down the line, and says, I have used dinitrous oxide to pull out all of the different types of citrus I'm using. I'm not using Persian limes. I'm using some sort of other Asian lime that were because the citrus is there, and I wanted that. And then the gin that I'm using, Baba Fats makes it, and it's up on top of a hill. And how great is this? And also, I literally am squeezing bees into the drink so that I can get the freshest honey I possibly could. Dunning-Kruger effect is exactly what I'm looking for. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect that I'm explaining. And if he walked up and said, "This is what I'm doing, I'm squeezing the bees because I want it to be the freshest honey that I can get," I would say, you have not created a cocktail. You have done a play on the bee's knees. However, and I will say, if Sasha Petraske walks up to you and says, "I created a new cocktail and it's gin, lime, and honey," you say, "Great. You've done it. Congratulations, Sasha Petraske." This is a is it better than the bee's knees? It's limier. It's really good. I wouldn't even say that you could say it's better or not. I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse. I think it's probably right there. I think it's just a different flavor. Certainly tastes different than a bee's knees. The business, I think it's right there. Your credit card is cringing as my barback talks. Yeah. That is the issue. That's always been the issue with working in high end bars. I worked in some slinging bars. You know, as many Jack and Cokes as you could get out as possible. I worked at those. I was a quick bartender. I kept my head on straight. Made a lot more money doing slinging bars than I ever did in research and development, deep thought bars. Because of course, how many people really? Are people going to tip an extra $1 maybe because it took you 45 minutes to make a drink? No, they're probably going to tip you $1 less. Also, very difficult to find anybody that wants to go. Anybody that really wants to go into running a bar and then letting some buffoon 28-year-old come in that has read Liquid Intelligence and all 3 of the books from Death and Co. and say, "I have an idea. I have an idea. We will make everything molecular. Trust me, the people need it. The people want to have it." They don't. Unfortunately, they don't. This is a perfectly acceptable version of a cocktail because Sasha Petraske said it was. This is called The Business and not just a bee's knees with lemon. But hopefully one day I will also reach that level where I can go in and I've now made a lemon Mai Tai and people are like, "Oh, that's not the Mai Tai anymore. That's the Cush Tai." Now we got to change it completely. What would it be? It would be I don't know. I got to come up with names right now? That's not what I do. Told me to try this. I never got around to liking the bee's knees yet. Hey, this is an option. This is absolutely an option. It is certainly more limey, certainly bigger flavor of the citrus in here than with the lemon. Lemon is very subtle. This sort of does it. What is the biggest difference by using runny honey as compared to honey syrup? Runny honey akazi. There's a word in there that I don't know. Running honey akazi compared to honey syrup. Runny honey and honey syrup should, oh God, I'm about to do a should statement on the internet, and sometimes I get blowback. Nobody's watching this. Runny honey and honey syrup are the same thing. I just think it's a cuter name to call it runny honey. I just think it's cuter. I think sometimes if you make you might get confused. Like if you say it's a honey syrup, you might get confused by saying you're adding sugar into it. So like it's a honey flavored simple syrup. But I don't think that most people are going to make that mistake. Maybe that one barback that I was just talking about a second ago would. You know, they got to have demerara sugar in there in order to match with the botanicals that are being leached out of the tall grasses and whatnot. That could be the case, but runny honey is just it's a much cuter thing to say. And, you know, sometimes I say cute stuff. So cool, guys. We're a little early, I guess.
I'm going to drink a lot of beer and stay out all night.
Did that work? Okay, good. Yeah, we didn't hit exactly 30, but I don't feel like there's much more to this. So let me know if you guys try this. Love to hear about it. If you guys are just out there swapping, I mean, I think this is a good option for you guys to just go out and start swapping out different citruses, you know? What about a Hemingway with lemon juice? What about a daiquiri with lemon juice? I guess those, you can't switch out orange juice or grapefruit juice. That's a completely different thing. What if either one of those was just swapped out? Or what if we did everything with key lime? I don't know. Sasha did it. And Sasha, one of the greatest bartenders that ever lived. So first world problem, ran out of vermouth, so instead using Negroni, I'm using the G&T now. Well, you're in a good spot. This would have been a great part of the video I'm editing now. Oh. You're free to use it. You want to take out some of my stuff and just put it in your stuff. I mean, it's already shot. I'm not using it. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for you. We're going to be back here on Saturday. What for? Same exact thing. We're going to be back here doing cocktail shows until we're done. Oh, acid adjusted OJ. Yes. Well, now we're talking. You start to acid adjust your OJ, then you're in a really good spot. You know, of course, that you put in some citric acid, some malic acid, maybe some sucritic acid to really bring out those lime flavors that are supposed to go into, that aren't normally in OJ, but are now. That's what you got. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. We'll be back here on Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 3 a.m. for Non-Touchable and Moose. But for everybody else, it should be a various amount of other times. But whatever time you're watching it now, watch 32 minutes earlier, and that's when we start. What do we always say when we're leaving the bar? We say things like, oh, I don't know.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're going to find him. We're going to find him.
Are you trying to drive me crazy?
A little bit. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys here on Saturday.
Bye!
Bye.